So it's been a while. It's been doing other stuff since I put out a video on the Raw channel. I want to try something different. Things have been, life's been life. Life's been life. And so I'm going to try something different where I have come up with some questions that I can ask myself, and it will give you the opportunity to comment below what your answer would be. And I'm trying to think of what to call it. So I think I'm going to call it, for now, I'm trying to base it off of like those card games where you pull a card and it's got a question and you ask somebody and then they answer you. But I'm going to do it by myself. So I plugged a lot of information into, this is going to sound funny, ChatGPT, and tried to come up with my own deck of cards. So I don't actually have cards. So I'm just going to read the question and then answer it. And I picked a random one. Let me go back and find it. So naming it, I can either call it one card, one truth, or just one question, one answer. That would be what this segment would be called. So let me go and find my question that I picked, because I have 50. So that means I can do 50 of these before I have to refresh and come up with some new ones. All right. And here's the one. Okay. So my question, and this is a good question for you to answer. I'm going to answer it myself, and you can leave a comment below and let me know what your answer is. Okay. So the question is, let me rephrase that. What does authenticity feel like, not just look like? All right. So I guess to answer the question, for me, authenticity feels like this relentless thing, for me anyway. I tend to be as authentic as possible with just about everything, with my kids, with my wife, with my jobs, with my, coworkers, or anything. And sometimes that authenticity, like my answers to things, won't always be like my opinion. I mean, it's my opinion, but it's not something that I'm saying this is the Bible. This is the foundation of whatever we're talking about. It's just a authentic outlook that I have. So, doesn't mean that I feel a certain way or whatever. It's kind of hard to explain. I don't know does anybody else out there know what I'm talking about when you're like one of those people that says things that are too honest, and sometimes it starts arguments, and it's like, wait. I'm not coming at you. I'm just telling you like the black and the white, can anybody relate to that? I find myself in that situation a lot, saying something just because it's what I see as the black or the white. Doesn't mean I have this strong opinion about it. It just means that that's what I see as the black and the white. So, but authenticity, like I said, just this relentless need to be real, to not hide things. It feels like that's like the honesty is the most important thing. And yeah, there's some stuff that, you can't always be 100% honest. And I know that sounds contradicting to how I act and how I take this channel, or how I, go about things. But I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. They know what I mean when I say you can't always be 100% honest or 100% authentic. But to be as true to yourself as possible, that's my aim. That's my goal. And like I said, I try to exemplify that with everything I do in my daily life. So authenticity to me feels like just being you, being who you are, the core of what you are. That's what it feels like to me. But that's authenticity. Like, it's kind of like this big growing thing, like the YouTube thing now is, be authentic. And I don't know. I like it. I like watching stuff, other videos that people have made, and seeing them mess up. And I think it's cool when they mess up and they leave it in there. That gives you an authentic feeling about that person. Like this is really how they are, or really who they are. You know, they didn't say everything perfectly, and they left it in there because they wanted you to see their authenticity. That rhymed, not intentional, but that's what it feels like to me. That's what authenticity feels like. So how does it feel to you? How do you portray the feeling of authenticity? And how much do you value authenticity? You know, how much do you value honesty and being, you know, there's this funny thing about honesty. Everybody always says, you know, I like honest, raw, this and that. And the fact is, I think a lot of people don't. They really don't. There are a few. I used to have this boss years ago when I worked for a company called Ryder. We used to like trucking and stuff. And I went to work at the first account that I went to work for for them was this boss that I had there. His name was Chris, and a lot of people told me, "Oh yeah, this guy's a jerk. He's this and this and that." And I didn't ever see where he was a jerk. Not once. I saw somebody who was authentic, somebody who was real. And I liked that. I value that. So me and this guy that everybody said was, you know, like, oh, he's you know, whatever. We got along good. Like I don't know. I wasn't like this brown noser or anything like that. I valued how honest he was and how sometimes he could be real blunt, and that was good too. Let me make sure I'm still recording. Where'd my cursor go? Yeah, I'm still recording. I just sorry, there's like something in my eye. I just valued it. He didn't come off to me as an asshole. He didn't come off to me as a jerk. He just came off to me as real, blunt, and to the point. Like didn't hide nothing. And that I don't know. I just appreciated it. So there's another example of, you know, being authentic, and I valued it. And but my point is a lot of the other people I worked with were like, oh, this guy's a jerk and this and that. And no, he wasn't a jerk. He was just real. And sometimes that's hard to take. Sometimes not everybody can take that true, that raw honesty and accept it. There was a line, I think, in what was the movie? Is it Full Metal Jacket or one of those movies where Jack Nicholson, he's like, you can't handle the truth. It's because a lot of people can't. And then you've got that whole, you know, how much of the honesty do you show? How much do you hold back because it, you know, you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, or you want to be honest and go ahead and say the things that might hurt someone's feelings because they're going to value that and appreciate that. I don't know. It's just different. Everybody handles it differently. So I'll go ahead and end this. I'm at 9 minutes. What does authenticity feel like to you? Leave a comment below and let me know what your answer is. And that's all I've got for this video. And that is one of my questions. I have 50. That was question number 45. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to answer all these questions, but I'm going to try because some of them, when I read them, I wasn't sure I wanted to answer them. But anyway, until the next time, I will see you, and everybody have a wonderful day, week, and whatever it is you're going through. I hope it goes smoothly.